Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'll be showing you guys how you can go about making yourself this front post double crochet skirt pattern. It's very easy. So all the materials you'll be needing for this tutorial will be down in the description box, and all the stitches that I used and all the information needed will be down in the description box. So definitely check that out. So let's get right into the tutorial. So to get started, I'm just going to go ahead and make a slip knot. Insert my crochet. So after making a slip knot, I'm going to go ahead and chain a chain that is as long as my hips measurement. So my hips measurement is originally 46 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and make a chain that is 46 inches long. So yeah, I have a chain of 46 inches, which is actually my hips measurement. So now I'm going to make sure I single crochet right into the beginning chain, but I'm going to make sure the chain is straight so I don't have any bent chain. So make sure you straight your chain very well. So now that my chain is straight, I'm going to go right in here with a slip stitch. Right there with a slip stitch. Now to get started with my one, I'm going to yarn over and into the second hook from the second chain from the hook. I'm going to go there with my first double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and make a double crochet in every space available until I get to the very end of this chain. So this is me coming up right where I started with my first row of double crochets. So right here, I'm just going to go and insert my last double crochet right into this space. And whenever we get to where this extra yarn is, or whenever we get to where this is where we actually end off the row. So like, we are not going to chain anything because we do not want a seam, so we'll be working in rounds. When we come to this side, we're going to go right on top. So to get started with row 1, I'm going to go right into this first space with my first double crochet, and I'm going to go ahead and make 10 more double crochets for this starting of this row. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I have my first 10 double crochets. So right into the 11th double crochet from the previous row, I'm going to go with my first front post double crochet, and into the very next with my second front post double crochet. So right after my front post double crochet, I'm going to make another 10 set of double crochets. So right here, I'm going to go with my second set of 10 double crochets. So now I have my second set of 10 double crochets completed. So I'm going to go right into this double crochet after the 10 set of my front post double crochet, and right into the next with my second front post double crochet. going to go ahead and do another 10 sets of double crochets. So after my sets of 10 double crochets, I'm going to go ahead and do my 2 sets of front post double crochet. So I'm actually going to continue the same pattern until I get to this end, and then we start to row 3. So you're going to do 10 sets of double crochet, 2 front post double crochet, 10 sets of double crochet, 2 front post double crochet, all the way around until you get to this end. So I'll see you guys when I get to this end, and then we'll start to row 3 together. So coming right at the beginning row, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure I double crochet my way right on top. So as you can see, I did my last front post double crochet right here, and I had an extra 6 double crochets before my first 10 of double sets of double crochets. At this point, it really doesn't matter. I would usually go ahead and do some increase right here or even decrease, but looking at the way the skirt is actually coming, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to go ahead and go right on top of this with my 3rd row. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my first 10 of double crochet. So right at my first set of front post double crochet, I'm going to go ahead and do my front post double crochet right there, and here with my sets of front post double crochet, and another 10 sets of double crochets. Crochets. So this is what I'm going to continue to do all around. When I get here, I'm going to go right above this with my 3rd, 4th row. So you're going to continue to do this for a total of 12 inches. So at this point, after row 3, my skirt is 1.5, almost 1.5 inches. So I'm going to continue to do this until I have a total of 12 inches, and then I'll come and show you guys how we can go about decreasing for the skirt. So guys, I'm back, and I have a total of 35 rows, which is I think it's about 12.5 inches. So now we are going to go about a decrease. So like I said earlier, this is the back of the skirt because this is where we started with our rows. So whenever we get to this point, that means we complete 1 row, and we're going to get started with another row. So now that my skirt is actually lying flat and the back is on the surface, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 stitch markers, and I'm just going to go ahead and mark the side. So I'm going to make sure I flatten this very well. So I have this right at the center of my skirt at the back, and from here I'm just going to go ahead and take my stitch marker and then mark the stitch at the side. So as you can see, I marked the last row that I did. Right there, I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite side, and I'm just going to go ahead and mark the side. You're basically just going to eye mark where your side is. That is what I did. So I marked this side and I marked this side. So to get started with a decrease row, I'm going to go ahead and work my way around until I get to my stitch marker, which is where I'm going to do my first decrease, and I'm going to work my way all around until the opposite stitch marker where I'm going to do my second decrease, and all the way back. That is going to complete my first row of decrease. So let's So getting close to my stitch marker, I marked this stitch. So what I'm going to do is going to work my way right there. So marking this stitch, I'm going to go ahead and insert my hook right at the beginning of this stitch. Yeah. And then I'm going to insert my hook into the very next space, which leaves me with 4 loops. I'm going to yarn over, take 2, yarn over, pass through 2, and yarn over, pass through the last 2. So I'm also going to go ahead and remove the stitch marker and attach my stitch marker right here, so I know where I have to do my next decrease for the next row. So now I'm just going to do 1 double crochet until I get to the opposite stitch marker and do my next decrease. So coming up to the opposite stitch marker, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing I did for the previous stitch marker. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my crochet hook right there and right into the very next, yarn over, yarn over, yarn over, pull through. So I'm going to also go ahead and remove the stitch marker and also insert it right here, so I'll know where to do the next decrease. So for the rest of this row, I'm just going to go ahead and work my way. So I'm going to go ahead and do decrease row until my skirt is 15 inches long. So at this point, it is currently, my skirt is currently almost 13 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and do this until it's 15 inches long for 2 more inches. I'm going to decrease each row when I go around for 2 more inches, and when I'm done, I'm going to come again and show you guys what it looks like, because the rest of the row for the remaining length, mine is going to be about 17 inches, but if you want yours to be longer, the rest of the row after the increase row is going to be just a basic double crochet, front post double crochet until you have your desired length. So guys, I'm back with a total of, let's see, I think 17 and a half. So yeah, I'm back with a total of 17 inches. This is how long I want my skirt to be. So if you want your skirt to be longer, then you're just gonna go and continue to do rows of double crochet. So I told you guys I was gonna increase, so I did decreases. I did decreases until a total of 15 inches, and that was where I stopped with my decrease right here. So I stopped with my decrease right here. You can see the shape, and then afterwards I just went around with double crochet. So I have my rows completed. So now to end off the skirt, exactly where we started with our row, that is where we are going to end off the skirt, right at the same space and the same line. So to do that, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yarn over. So instead of doing double crochet, I'm going to go right there with half double crochet, yarn over again, and into the next space with another half double crochet, and into the next with a single crochet, into the next with another single crochet, and then I'm going to slip stitch my way until I get to this front post double crochet right there. So this just actually ends your row, and you're going to chain 1 and cut off your yarn. I'm going to cut off my yarn, and I'm going to go ahead and sew in this low set. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my stitch markers because I will not be needing them anymore. So when we started the skirt, I used my hips measurement. So of course my hips measurement is way wider than my waist measurement. So if I try the skirt on now, you're going to see the waistband is going to be too big because it's not my measurement and it's my hips measurement. So what I'm going to do to adjust the waist is I'm going to go ahead and attach my yarn right at the back of the skirt where we started. I'm going to go ahead and make a knot with this extra string that I have here. If you don't, you can just go ahead and attach your yarn to the surface of your skirt. So I'm going to go ahead and make a knot. So I made a secure knot. So from here on, I'm just going to insert my crochet hook right into that space, and I'm going to go ahead and single crochet my way all around. So guys, now I'm back at where I started with my single crochets. So I'm going to go right on top of it with another row of single crochets. So I'm going to do this for a total of 5 rows. So whenever I get to the start, I'm just going to go right on top with a single crochet row. So we are going to do this for a total of 5 rows with no increases and no decreases. You're just doing 1 single crochet in every space, and I'll see you guys when I have my 5 rows completed. So guys, this is what my band is looking like. I did a total of 3 rows because, as you can see, I'm running out of yarn, and I don't think I want to go to the store to get another yarn just to finish this waistband. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off my yarn right here, and I'm going to go ahead and seal this. If you have enough yarn, then I would suggest you go with 5 rows instead of 3, but if you don't have enough yarn like me, then just know it's really not compulsory for you to have a total of 5 rows. So I'm just like single crocheting all around and then chain 1 and make a secure knot. So I'm now going to go ahead and sew this inside. So after sewing my loose end, you can see that the skirt is a bit too big, the waistband is still big. So this is where we are going to go ahead and make a chain so we can have an adjustable string at the waistband. So this is how much I have left, so I'm going to go ahead and just make just a long chain. At this point I don't have options, so I'm just going to go ahead and chain with the remaining yarn I have. But if you have options, just go ahead and make a long chain that can go around this waist, and also that have extra strings so you can tie it up and do other stuff with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a chain with the remaining yarn I have left. So now I'm coming up to the last. I'm just going to go ahead and make the knot there. So this is how wide or how long my strings are. So lucky me, I actually got a long string from the remaining yarn I have left. So to attach my string, I'm just going to go right at the center with my one end of string, and I'm just going to go ahead and work my way around with string in this, so like a zigzag pattern. And I think looking is the best way you can actually understand what I'm doing, because I can't find the words to explain it. But I'm just making sure I just pass my string around the waist band that I made, the 3 rows of double crochet that I made, and I'm just working my way around, all around like this, so I can get the string in every space, not in every space, but then just balance it around. So now, as you can see, it can actually just like rip up like this. So I'm going to do the same thing all around. So guys, coming closer to where I attached my first string right there, I'm going to go ahead and take this out. So now I have, this is the one I was working around, so I'm just going to make sure I work my way up onto the first string so it's close and it's at the middle. So I'm just working my way around and playing around with it, and right into the same space I'm just going to go ahead and attach this one right there. So now my strings are actually at the same space, as you can see, but this string is way longer than this other one. So to adjust that, I'm just going to go ahead and adjust this around so the string becomes equal. So I'm just like adjusting the string just the way you adjust your normal strings. Actually, it's basically the same thing, nothing special. So I'm just adjusting it so it looks, so it is the same. Yeah, so now my string is adjust. So this is the final result. I'm going to try it on so you guys can see. So I do have a top for the skirt, so if you want to make yourself a top so you can have a set, because I'm a set girl and I know we all love a set, so definitely check it out. I'm going to link the video somewhere around. Check it out and then make yourself the top and the skirt so you can rock it. And don't forget to tag me on Instagram so I would see what you guys make and I would share it with the rest of the Insta family. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, please join the family. And if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up also, so I know you guys enjoy videos like this. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao ciao.